Mr. Matthews, good morning. How bad is the power situation due to this fire in the Kwacha substation?
Well, currently, you mentioned all those areas that are affected. And the good news is that it's not the entire substation that had burnt. It was only one transformer that caught a light this morning. And the EMS, our emergency personnel, just made sure that it is safe for our engineers to go in. And hopefully within the next 3 to 4 hours, we would be able to put some of these areas back on with electricity. Just as I walked into the studio here, one of the engineers alerted me to say that in fact, as we're speaking, some of these areas would start having power back.
Okay, what caused the fire? Do we know yet?
Well, we don't want to speculate too much, but it was around 2 o'clock this morning. And we know that the power station is not meant to be switched on and off, and it might be that load shedding had contributed to it. But for now, our engineers are inspecting it. And like I said, fortunately, the situation is not as dire as we initially thought.
Only one transformer, you say, has been burnt. And how long does it normally take to fix a transformer? Is this transformer going to be replaced, or are you going to switch back that substation without the affected transformer?
Well, the substation has more than one transformer. And so what we are doing is we are isolating that specific transformer. And that is why we can then bring back the other transformers. And we are also routing areas like Littleton. We're bringing in electricity from some of our other substations. Yes, we will have to replace that transformer. We can't just repair it. And it's going to cost in the region of about 200 million rand to replace.
One transformer, 200 million rand, that's a lot of money. Well, that's a story for another day. But for now, when you do bring back that substation on stream, will it still supply the amount of electricity that those areas that currently are without need?
No, we will have less electricity available from that specific substation, and that is why we are feeding some of the areas from some of the other substations within the city.
Okay, but will the city be able, you said in the next 3 hours, to get normal power?
That's why we're saying we're phasing it in, just so that we don't put too much strain on the infrastructure. But within the next 3 to 4 hours, we are definitely bringing on power in most of these areas. And by nightfall, the engineers have assured us that we should have power in all the affected areas.
Okay, but you suspect load shedding might have contributed to the fire?
It might have. You see, Dan, these substations are just like our own bodies. We are not meant to be switched on and off. And in the same way, there's certain pressures, there's certain things that we need to take into consideration. So by just bringing them up and down might contribute to some of our transformers not functioning the way it should.
Okay, thank you very much for your time. But just before you go, I mean, you said one transformer cost 200 million rand. Is that how expensive these things are?
That is how expensive it is, and that is why all of us need to make sure that we do contribute the fees due the city in terms of our accounts.
Yeah. Does the city take up insurance to cover such incidents?
Oh, absolutely. The city does have insurance. And obviously, our engineers need to investigate first, and we will forward that to our insurers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Matthews, clarifying that by nightfall, those parts of Tshwane that currently are without electricity should be back on stream. One transformer has caught fire at their Kwacha substation.